Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel. My name is Beth. Here on my channel I like to talk about home birth, natural labor. Also I post vlogs of my family and what we're up to. I have 3 kids which I've given birth to all naturally, and I've had 1 home birth. And today I want to talk about things I will be doing differently when and if we have another baby and when we have another home birth, because I 100% will be having another home birth with my next child. Okay, so I did make up a list of things I will be doing differently, and right off the bat I want to talk about number 1, which is I will be having an unassisted home birth. This is kind of controversial, but in Ohio where I live it is completely legal, and I am completely confident in that decision, and so is my husband. Number 2 is I want to have my supplies and everything ready a lot sooner. There's not really a whole lot you need for a home birth, but there is things that you have to have. So I just want to, sooner with this baby, I want to have the list of things, kind of everything figured out, all the necessities I want to have listed, and I want to start getting those things sooner in my pregnancy. The third thing I would change about our next home birth is I probably wouldn't self-induce myself as early as I did. I used the midwives brew to induce labor with Viola, and although it all went very smoothly, no problems or anything like that, I still think even if I were to do that again with my next baby, I probably wouldn't do it until at least 38 and a half to closer to 39 weeks. I think I was 38 in a couple days, so I probably was like 38 and a half, but I probably way closer to 39 weeks, even a little over 39 weeks. Although I was in a ton of pain and I really did want to go into labor. I don't regret my decision, but I think if I had a do-over, I might wait just like another, even just few days. Fourthly, I wish I would have gotten to the water a lot sooner. When I did get into the water, it did take a ton of pressure off. It felt so good to be in the water. So I think if I would have done that sooner, I could have really relaxed through my contractions better. If I would have gotten to the water sooner, I just overall think it would have been even a better experience than it already was, which is kind of hard to believe. Number 5, I kind of wish Sean would have been more with me. He was really focused on like getting everything ready, making sure everything was prepared, which really there wasn't a whole lot that needed done at that point. But I kind of just wish I would have had him by my side a lot more, because that's like one of the things when I look back at my video and even just like reminiscing on it, that's like one of the things I wish he would have been closer to me. I wish we would have been more connected through the labor and everything like that. So that's like something that we've talked about, and he knows that like if we have another baby, another home birth, that I want him with me a lot more.
Number 6. Okay, I'm gonna stop holding up my fingers because it just like feels weird.
Okay, number 6. I wish I would have done skin to skin a little longer. I think I did it for about 45 minutes, maybe a little bit longer before I got out of the tub. But I wish I would have done it just a little bit longer, and I also wish I would have had Viola and Sean do skin to skin earlier and for a little bit longer. Number 7, which also is kind of not really a controversial topic, but something that a lot of people don't think is important or don't find to be a very big deal, is cutting the cord. We didn't cut it until about 30 to 40 minutes, I want to say, after I delivered her, which I think is awesome. But also I'm almost positive for my next birth I will be having a LOTUS birth. The reason I didn't with this last baby is because I did want to save the placenta to make into smoothies, placenta smoothies, which is actually something I did do. I did have 2 or 3 placenta smoothies, and I really do think that helped me in the first few months with my milk supply. I had a huge oversupply. I think it helped a lot with my hormones in the first couple months. Later on down the road, I did have a lot of different postpartum problems, anxiety, depression, rage, that kind of stuff. But I think if I would have maybe taken more of the smoothies, more of the placenta smoothies, it might have even helped more. But I think for my next baby, I am going to do a LOTUS birth where A LOTUS birth is where you don't cut the cord, you keep it attached until it completely dries up and falls off, which I've heard takes anywhere from 3 to 7 days, but it's average around 5 days. Haven't actually ran that one by Sean, but I'm like 95% sure he'll be on board with it after I do some explaining. Number 8. I wish I would have let the baby sleep more in the beginning. In the first like 24 hours, Viola slept a lot, and I was starting to get worried that she wasn't like something was wrong with her, because she slept for almost a 6-hour stretch at one point, and I just could not wake her up. I tried multiple different times during that, like it was like 6 to 8 hours honestly stretch that she slept, and this was within, I think was it within the first 2 or 3 days that this happened, I forget, but I remember I was texting, I think it was within like the first even 24 hours, I don't remember. Anyways, she slept for this really long stretch, and I was worried. I kept trying to wake her up because I just remembered back to my hospital births, them being like every 2 hours you have to feed her, like you have to wake her up, get her naked, like tickle her feet, do whatever you can, but she has to eat every 2 hours. So at home I got super worried. I was like something, because I had a home birth and this wasn't something that I had really seen a lot of people talk about, so I was really worried during that stretch of time. So I did end up calling my midwife or texting her, I don't remember, and telling her like, I'm worried, she's been sleeping, I can't wake her up. And she's like, this is completely normal, a lot of babies do this, they'll have a long stretch of sleep, and it's just because they've went through a birth canal, like they've had a huge shock to what they have been used to for the past 9 months, and it like totally made sense to me. So that whole like time I could have been sleeping and just having people pass her around while she's asleep, because I had a lot of family here helping me, which was like super awesome. I'll definitely do that again. So I could have had a really long stretch of sleep. I probably would have needed to pump a couple times in that, but still, so next time I will be taking advantage of that stretch of sleep, and I will be sleeping. Especially after you labor, you need that sleep, girl. I thought like she needed to eat or she was gonna like lose a ton of weight, but no. And also after she did wake up, she was up cluster feeding for like the next 12 hours, and I hardly slept, and I totally regretted not sleeping. She absolutely made up in nursing for that time that she slept. It was rough. It was real rough. I wish I would have introduced the bottle and pacifier sooner. Viola is 11.5 months,
No, well,
Viola is almost 11 months. For a second I thought she was almost a year, but no, we still got another month and a half, almost month and a half. Anyways, she's 10.5 months. She still refuses a bottle, and we've tried every bottle that there is, trust me. And she still refuses the bottle. She'll take some sippy cups, but it's very like here and there, and like one day she'll take one, next day she won't want anything to do with that one that she took the day before. So that's been really challenging for me because I've had to pay the price for that. She wakes up a couple times in the night to nurse. She nurses all throughout the day. I really can't be, the longest I've been away from her is like 6 hours, and that was just like here recently. So I have to like always schedule around her. So I really wish I would have done that. Also a pacifier, just because it helps so much with self-soothing. I know that's also like something that parents are like kind of iffy about, like if they want to introduce a pacifier, because it can be something that they take for a couple years. But with our daughter, our oldest daughter, she took one, and on her 3rd birthday we stopped giving them to her, and it was a super smooth transition, no problems. Her teeth very quickly straightened back out, and it was something that helped her a lot and helped us a lot. So I will definitely be introducing a pacifier sooner with this next baby, because having to rock your baby to sleep for 20 minutes every night can get a little hard, to say the least. I wish I would have taken more pictures, more videos. At this time I was not yet vlogging or anything. I really wanted to be, but I was honestly just like scared of judgment, scared of like what family members would say, whatever, like a bunch of stupid stuff that was holding me back. And I really wish I would have been vlogging during that time because like that whole 4th trimester is just a complete blur because it all just, you're so tired, there's so much going on. So although I took like a ton of pictures, I still wish I would have taken more. I wish I would have taken more videos. Even just me being in labor, I wish I would have documented that more. So that's something for sure with this next baby that we will be doing, is just documenting a lot more of it, because it's such a short season of time, but it's such like a special season of time as well.
Why am I getting emotional?
It's such a special season of time, and I really just want to be able to soak it all up and just remember it all. And that's like one of the main reasons I started posting on my channel, is because this time that we're in right now, although it's like super hard, we have almost a 1-year-old, we have a 2 and a 3-year-old, although it's super challenging some days, like I want to be able to look back on the memories and all the fun times we've had, because like I said, they go really quickly. So I'm so thankful that I did finally decide to start recording and documenting things, because already it's just been super nice to have. So like I said, with my next baby, I will be documenting a lot more, not even just of my pregnancy, but of the birth, labor, afterbirth, all that stuff. The first few months of a newborn's life is so short, but also there's so much that happens in that few short months. I think that's all that I have for this video. If there's any questions you have or anything like that, please message me on my Instagram, or you can comment on here if you want to, whichever. Also, if you haven't already, you can go watch my birth vlog. I also put out a birth story, and I think there's another video I put out. But yeah, you can go check out those videos. If you did enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more content like this and other family stuff, just subscribe down below, hit the red button so you can be in the know when I upload next. Again guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I will see you in my next video. Until then, have a great life, or like whatever you're up to. Bye guys. Also, I'm still not pregnant, and I'm bummed about that, not gonna lie. Okay, but I'll keep you guys updated, trust me. Okay, bye.